Hi, this is Tina. I'm here to talk to you today about layer and stack houses. Uh, it's a template by Hot Off the Press. You can get it at paperwishes.com or Amazon or other stores that carry paper wishes. Um, I don't know, if you're like me, you're an absolute addict to things that are houses or trees. Love, love, love. Can't get enough. Okay? So I got this template a while back and finally dug it out, and I haven't been able to stop since. What do I mean I can't stop? Well, let's put it this way. I've been making houses. Schoolhouses, bigger houses, you name it, we've got it. Yeah, I've made a couple cards, and today we're just going to focus on making the houses. And I tell you one thing, this is just an absolute fantastic way to use up your scraps. Okay. And forgive me, I have not done a video in literally 6 months, so let's see how well I do. Alright, I was fooling with some, with an idea of what to do today. And so what I did was, sorry for the crackling, that drives me crazy listening to it on a video. I stenciled up some papers. I just threw on paint. I didn't care how neat or ugly it was. Then I used, and I mean, I'm sure you cannot get these anymore. I'm pretty darn sure. It's just metallic rub-ons, mini luster rub-ons. They just think of the precursor, think of them as a precursor to Inca Gold, which I don't have any. Um, so this started out as a cream colored cardstock. Just like I said, I stenciled some chalk paint on. Then I rubbed it off with a paper towel and I let it dry overnight, and this is what you get. And I mean, I've got 4 of these palettes. There are several different colors. So, I mean, just about any kind of combination you can think of. Now, I was going to use this as a backing. Actually, it's pretty funny because when I first did this, like it says, it's layer and stack houses. So they have a 2-story house, a 3-story house, a 1-story house, and a tiny house. And then they have all sorts of different roof shapes, and a tree, and doors, and a heart, and windows, and awnings that you can use. But, of course, you know, this is me. I like to sit there and expand upon what I'm given. So I was going to make their little house that's over here that you can't see very well. There, it's a little better. And figured, well, I'll just connect it, you know, flip it over. As you can see, I drew on it, flipped it over, used the 3-story house, used the 2-story house, and then used the 3-story house on its side. However, if you notice, this house right here, yeah, that doesn't help any better. This house right here, guess what? When I flip this over, it's facing the wrong way. Yeah, that's what I said. Anyways, so I decided what the heck, I'll use it anyways. And I like to play with the metal foiling. I have a nephew that has a thrift store, and he has blessed me by allowing me to be able to grab things first. So I've got a plethora of this foil. First, I'm going to show you how to use these rub-ons, and I'm going to show you how to use the foils, and then we're going to put a house together. We aren't going to try and do a card or anything. But I do want to show you something, as my husband and I were talking. Think about this. What a great cityscape. Look at that. Or like that. Or cut off the tops and make them flat. Think for your art journal. Alright. First we're going to do is this rub. And in this case, I used walnut and sky blue and rosewood on these, among other things. So we're going to take the walnut, and this is how hard it is. I'm going to rub it on. I get enough brown on there. Okay. And I rub it off, and look at how the stenciling comes back out. And I'm going to try and put you in a little bit closer. Okay. So you see, there we go. So you see how much that stenciling comes out. Now I'm going to wipe my finger off, go in for the blue. Just add a little more shading there. Rub it off, and it just puts it right down into all the pieces, all the fibers of the paper. Let's try a little bit of the silver. Ooh, it's a silvery blue. And catch up in that place where I missed up there with the foil. And you're probably going to hear a cat in a minute because she's been hiding and now she's going to want to come out the door. Too bad, so sad. Now I'm going to throw in a little bit of red just for the heck of it to make it nice and rich. And rub it off again. And the reason why I'm rubbing it off is it just pushes it down and makes it a lot more even coat. However, I've done ones where it's just been real streaky, like this one. Yes, like I said, I haven't done a video in a while. I've done ones where they're just streaky like that. I love that. It looks like weathered wood and such. Okay, so this is not going to show you. There we go. I think that's focused. So that's what that one ended up like. And just for the heck of it, I'm going to drag that back over here and take some of the black and outline it. Make sure I've got everything on there. So now I've edged the paper. Okay, now if you have never played with foil before, excuse me, not foil, leafing. Okay, here it is. I had some other ones that I had just cut out. You ever never played with leafing before? I have two different kinds of glue. One's Mona Lisa and one's Flitter glue. The Mona Lisa you put on and you wait a half an hour, and then you put the foil on, and it sticks very well, and it's just wonderful. This one you're supposed to be able to put on. Okay, what did I do? I bet you I never removed that little cap. It's up there. Let's try this. You take this glue and you put it on, and you're supposed to be able to use it right away. Like you can use this on your stamps and on, you know, and make sure you wash it off really quick, obviously, if you use it on your stamps. And then put the foil right on it. Now, I found that doing that, this stuff is extremely sticky. And I was warned about that it was extremely sticky. And when I used it, I found that that was the case. Plus, this is just some leftover, yeah. It's not foil. I already told you. Leafing, excuse me. Leftover leafing, and you never throw any of this away because it all can be used, and it can be used again no matter how much you rub off or whatever. Now when I use this glue versus the other glue, and you see I'm just using a generous amount, and I'm going to take it and put that part back in, pick it up, put it back in as much as I can. Do I have this off camera? Of course I do. And along with that Flitter glue, you have something called a Scoochie foam, which is it's a roughish textured foam, and you use it. Let's see if I can get my hand out of the way. and you just rub off the excess. Now, what I was saying was that, yeah, I mean, I did this and it works great. However, it still felt sticky, even with the leafing on. And I was like, okay. So, of course, you know, what do you do when you have extra sticky? Let me think. You always put glitter. Okay, I'm going to move this over the side here. And then just dump this back in. I do have a fan going, which is totally inadvisable when you're using this stuff, because this stuff is just so thin and so flyaway, it's not even funny. By the way, I don't know if I don't even think I said it, but when you use the rub-on, I'm going back to this, I usually let it wait overnight, let it dry overnight. I mean, it's not wettish or sticky-ish, but it's got enough content there that it really needs to dry before you can like put pen work on it or so on. Okay, so yeah, it still feels a little sticky. So I'm just gonna dip it in some good old glitter. And, you know, it's such a shame to have to add a little even more sparkle to it, right? And then, of course, I would just go on with the rub-on and so on, and you can use any color you want. So, you know, instead of this dark brown thing. Like I said, just think of this as a precursor to ink gold. And these are tiny little pots. I got these, oh gosh. I mean, literally, probably at least 10, 12 years ago. And they're very waxy and just highly pigmented. And wipe my finger, and then I'm going to grab some red and show you that there are some gorgeous colors. I don't know if you could even find them on eBay anymore. Ooh, I'm sorry, I'm liking this. So I need to make sure I keep the video going. So now I've put in some red and some yellow. And yeah, I've not gotten it quite up to there. So I'm going to take my paper towel and I'm going to rub it up to there. I see a spot I missed up on top. Why not put in some more yellow? Just give that a nice little highlight. This stuff is just, well, okay. I've got a confession. I told you I got this around 10, 12 years ago. I used it. I didn't like that it was waxy, that it stuck, you know, it seemed to be wettish. I was afraid it was going to make cards primarily. I was afraid it was going to turn around and put stuff on the next card in front of it. But all I had to do, I found out later, is let it dry overnight. And rediscovered it just a little bit ago and have regretted not having gotten more. But like I said, you know, now we've got the Inka Gold, so we can go for that. I'm going to, speaking of gold, put on a nice little bit of gold there. All right, I'll stop. I promise I stop. But this is what happens when I get going with these houses. I just absolutely love them. So let's see about trying to put together a house. All right, I want to show you this. Isn't that gorgeous? Fun, fun, and fun. All right. Now, my hands are semi-clean. I have one prepped. Actually, I have two prepped. I can go either way. And I'm going to put this gluey paintbrush up there. This is the way the house should have went. This is the way I ended up making it look in the first place. And I was talking to my hubby this morning, or this afternoon, and I decided I was going to use this as a background. Here we go. And I said, no, it's too pretty. I might just draw on that with some ink and stuff now. So, let's see if I have all my pieces here. There's my 3-story house. There's my 2-story house. And there's my 3-story on its side. All nicely done up. Now, I've got an extra piece here. And yeah, I should have not done it with that. I should have just done it on the plain piece, but oh well, no big deal. I just wanted to make sure when I layered them they would be fine. So the best thing to do, I think, would be to decorate these first. And I have a gazillion windows I did this morning. I'm going to pull them out of this bag, or drop them out of this bag, take your pick. See, I even have some more blank ones that I'm just ready to use. I've just got to sit down and stop playing with these and actually make something out of this, you know? And what I might do on my next video, if whenever that may be, and I know, forgive me, it's been over 6 months since I've done a video. Yes, 6 months. Horrible. I've been working a lot. I'm going to shake this off camera. You don't need to see that and have the camera go crazy. And what I'm going to do, if I ever get this top off, I'm going to glue the top. The roof is what that's called. Tina goes blank once again. Okay, I'm going to put the roof on. Hold it down for a second. I'm just using some zig glue, 2-way glue. Alright, I'm going to slide that over. And I do like using wet glue for the fact that you can slide, except this one I've got way over and I don't need to. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Way over and way up. And again, this is just scrap paper up on top, stuff that I've had sitting around forever and a day. I normally play standing up, and I will tell you that right now. So I am having a problem just looking at this at an angle. I sit too much at work, and I'd much rather stand playing. Alright, there's that one. And then there's this one. Now, I want to dig this out again because there was no roof on this. Actually, this piece was sitting out in front. What I want to do, however, is take their little awning, and if I can find my pencil, hopefully this is not going to be 5 hours long, because I really do not like speeding up stuff. And okay, I'm going to take this awning. So this is an example of how you can modify these. I'm going to take this awning. I'm doing it around 3 sides. I'm going to scoot the pattern over. So I make sure I've got it long enough. I'm going to double the size of this. And I've got the awning drawn out. Now, dig out my scissors. And yes, this is all fussy cutting. I really find fussy cutting relaxing. Others people's don't. Other people like to have a die cutting machine cut out. I have die cutting machines, which I use and love, but I really, really enjoy playing with this stuff. Okay, so I'm going to have to put some windows on. Let me put this roof on this one first. Okay, we just lost it. There we go. Alright, you know how it is. Let's try and pick up a piece of paper off the floor when it doesn't want to come up. Okay, I'm going to put a roof on here. And some of this is going to be hidden, so that'll be fine. I still could have probably gone another length. I'm going to put some windows on here and a door. My door frame is going to be on the big house. And found my glue again. I tried to bought an arm for my camera, and turns out the arm was fine, but there was just slight problem in the fact that there was absolutely no way for me to attach the camera, so we're back to the tripod for right now. We'll work that out later. And I'm going to take the door. That's a door frame. Here's a door. Actually, you can use that part as a door also. And I'm going to put this on. I'm going to slide it down a little bit, and I will cut that off later. And I'm going to use one of those awnings. Again, I've pre-done these, so I've got them inked up and stuff. I'll ink this guy up later. Harder to do, but I'll get it done with a pen. And I've used a white Jelly Roll pen over top to just give some highlights. Very rough. Definitely more on the artsy side. Okay, I can see the house from here, and what they did was they put a couple windows up here. And let me warn you, you can actually put shutters and so on and so forth on this. You can make it any way you want. In fact, I was thinking, you know how at Winter Cha, Compton Hobby Association, Spellbinders came out with this gorgeous church, right? 3D church that you could build. Then I noticed that Summer Cha, as usual, Sizzix is imitating them and has put out a bunch of house dies. But I think you could actually do that very easily with this. No joke. I think that would be so easy to do. Make a 3D house, and I might try and do that and do a video on it. Okay, here's our one right here. And yes, I did these windows up earlier. I just cut them out and went to the extra trouble of actually embossing the crisscross in the center. Of course, you can draw curtains, you can, yeah, the sky's the limit. Your imagination is the limit, actually. And I'm going to put a couple more windows here. This is going to be a large mansion. Lots of windows, lots of rooms. Come on. And if I can get the glue to stop sticking to my finger, we'll be getting there all right. There's another piece. We're getting there. We're almost done. Now, this one's going to be sticking behind, and I am going to put one more window over here. Actually, I might want to put two. Let's see. Let's put two. I just noticed how bad this is. Obviously, you can tell where I was putting the all that nice little rub-ons on with. Okay, I need to wipe my fingers. And let's get to a, well, that's not even cleaner. I've been playing, guys. What can I say? So I'm going to take this one, which doesn't have the pattern on it. The cat just gave up. Oops, I do need a chimney. Not the window, the chimney. And then we'll have all the pieces. And of course, the chimney you want to put on the bottom, on the front. The glue, that is. All right, so I thought if I did a base like this, I could take some foam tape, or if you ever watch Jennifer McGuire, she uses the craft foam and then just layers it, and that would probably be good for this too. But I'm going to take the foam tape. My mind gets stuck on one thing. Now I'm going to put it on this one. Sorry, brand new roll, and of course it has some tape on it. By the way, if you've ever gone shopping for foam tape, and you know how it can be expensive, go to the Dollar General or Dollar Store or whatever and go in for the window installation. It's the same stuff, a little cheaper. I can't wait to make that red and gold house. Oh, I don't think I really explained that scruffy sponge. It buffs it down, that gold, that leafing. It rubs it down and it just makes it pop and really smooth and so on. Okay, so we're going to put this one here. Come on. And you always know that this is always the worst part of any video because nobody can get the tape off. I'm going to put this right here. And I don't care if there's background showing up. That's part of the point, is to have that show so it isn't showing like there's nothing behind there, like it's just three pieces stuck together, which it's going to be. I'm going to put a blank layer, and no, I have not tried this out, so if it looks crappy, well, we'll find out together. And I'm going to take that last piece and put the tape on, and then we can see what happens. My hand keeps disappearing over on the right to keep this video active, and it's probably got up to 20 minutes already. Sheesh, I was going to try and do a card this time. Not happening. Like I said, I don't like to speed up videos. Alright, I've got the plain one. Yeah, I know, I got the flowers on it. I should have just done a regular plain one, but I'll survive. I've got tons of stenciling done. Alright, anybody. There we go, finally. And we'll do it on this side. Okay, I'm going to put the centerpiece in. And now I think I'm going to try this part and let this part lay on it. And I will warn you, this will be for a bigger card, and I mean a bigger card. I sometimes get a little carried away and end up doing on 8.5 by 11. And just fold the card in half. And I did want to say something right at the very beginning and forgot. You know, for those of you who are out there that have not played with mixed media before, guess what? You just did. Mixed media is extremely simple. You have ink, you ink a stamp, you stamp it down. That's one media. The ink is a media. You have colored pencil. That's another media. Ooh, I like! Guys, what do you think? Yes, yes. Anyways, you have it's another media. In this case, we have the leafing, which is another media. The pens, which is another media. Sprays, another media. The paint for the stencils, another media. That is mixed media. Now, you can use this on a card. You can use this on, oh, come on, art journals, anything, anything. Just think about it. All right. That's it for today. I'm sorry for taking up so much of your time, and wow, it is almost 30 minutes. All right, you have a good one. God bless you, and hopefully I'll be with you a lot sooner. Bye. Oh, if you liked the video and you haven't fallen asleep yet, give it a thumbs up, please, and subscribe. Bye.